Common Core testing in the Silver State has come to a halt because of a computer glitch. We're going to tell you what went wrong. Plus,
we're home.
Attention, Star Wars fans, it is here the first glimpse of The Force Awakens.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
good morning and thank you for joining us here on Mornings on Fox 11 right now, 7 o'clock on your Friday.
Yeah.
And just to let you know, we are wearing all the same color except for Bill, but it's close to. Is it blue or green?
No, this is what I like to call a combo, blue and green. It's blue-green.
Oh, there you go. Teal.
So I covered it both.
So we're doing this to basically raise awareness for organ and tissue donation. This is the day to do that. In fact, we've got somebody who works here at the station who had a life-saving procedure because of somebody who decided to donate and saved his life. So we want to honor him and honor everyone who decides to do that, and those who have also had their life changed because of someone else who gave the ultimate gift and donated organs. So,
and you know, there are so many people who rely on those organs who are on waiting lists right now, just waiting for that life-saving operation. So a lot of people out there.
Yeah, so we're blue and green today, right?
Yep. Are very good. Remember when you got mad at that attendant who didn't put enough latte in your chai latte?
No, you did.
You
That's not even, not even close.
Melissa
it was kind of like
never
this.
be like this.
No, we're just teasing.
So this has a lot of people talking. ESPN reporter Britt McHenry has been suspended for a week after a video has surfaced of her berating a parking lot attendant and telling the attendant to not only lose some weight, baby girl, a lot of other theft. This all according to the New York Post that came out with the story yesterday.
Yeah, Washington-based McHenry was angry about having her car towed back on April 6th. The Post reports that she began dressing down the attendant despite being told that she was recorded on security camera. In fact, you can see her looking up at the camera. She says, she said to the attendant when this happened, "Look, I'm in the news, sweetheart. I will effing sue this place," McHenry said in the video published online by LiveLeak.
Yeah, she goes on to say that's all you care about is money, taking people's money.
Yeah, and she goes on to say, with no education, no skill set, just wanted to clarify that. Do you feel good about your job? So I could be a college dropout and do the same thing? Why? Because I have a brain and you don't? And then she walks out of the lot. She tells the attendant to lose some weight, baby girl.
Yeah.
So classy.
Now, McHenry did apologize, if that's what you want to call it, on Twitter a few hours later, saying, I allowed my emotions to get the best of me. But there are reports that she hasn't apologized directly to this attendant. And this poor attendant went to the local news reportedly for almost a week saying, this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. Finally, someone picked up the video and now it's gone viral.
Yeah, we can talk about this forever, how not to treat people, especially how not to treat people if you're in the public eye. And then you also look at the whole social media thing. We all make mistakes. We all say terrible things sometimes in the heat of the moment. And you know what? You don't get a second chance a lot of times because of social media.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't care that she's in TV.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. That part of it, you just take it right out of the equation. I don't care about her being a public figure either. The fact of the matter is, at the core of all of this, she was rude to somebody, extremely rude. And to speak down to them like that, absolutely unacceptable. I don't care what your job is.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Right.
No. Yeah, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, she got caught on camera.
Yeah. And then we talk about also, sorry to interrupt you, ESPN, the punishment they levied here, a week suspension.
1 week.
I don't think that's going to stand. Unfortunately, I think she's probably going to end up losing her job. We'll
Thanks
see.
to social media, I think, too.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
public,
That's what I was getting
that
at.
public push. Yeah. Very interesting. I'd love to hear what you have to say. We've got a bit of it posted on our Facebook page. You can check it out there if you'd like to see the entire article. And speaking of social media, take a look at what's trending over on Yahoo this morning. The anti-authority website WikiLeaks, it has published a searchable database of every Sony email and document that was stolen by hackers last year. U.S. government officials blame North Korea for the hack that destroyed computers at Sony Pictures. In a statement, Sony blasted WikiLeaks, saying that it strongly condemns, quote, the indexing of stolen employees and other private and privileged information, end quote. Trending over on Facebook this morning, 2 weeks before his first NFL draft, former Florida State University quarterback Jameis Winston faces legal trouble. Erica Kingsman, the former FSU student, filed a civil lawsuit yesterday against the Heisman Trophy winner. She's accusing him of raping her in 2012. Kingsman is seeking damages in excess of $15,000. Winston was not charged after police investigated. Trending over on Twitter this morning, hashtag Star Wars The Force Awakens. Yes, brace yourself. Disney has released a new trailer for the upcoming Star Wars film. It features the voice of Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker, a glimpse of everyone's favorite droid, R2-D2, and a brief appearance by Chewbacca, with Han Solo played by Harrison Ford. Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, blasts into its way into theaters on December 18th. Oh, it's so good. Just letting it roll. If you haven't checked it out, check it out online. That's a great trailer. All right, turning now to what is trending over on our Facebook page this morning. A group of... No, I don't think so. Huh. Well, a group of on our Facebook page this morning, there's a group of Instagram users that are creating some strange fictional relationships using other people's children. Listen to this. According to the WashingtonPost.com, it's called baby role playing. These private or anonymous accounts are filled with photos of babies and kids, presumably stolen from social media sites. They're mostly amateur shots as well, not professional photos here. In comments, users have conversations pretending to be the parent of the baby. Users also talk about feeding and disciplining the child as though it were their own. Some users have entire fake families. Pretty interesting. The online site Fast Company is calling baby role-playing, quote, the creepiest new corner of Instagram, end quote. Asking all of you on Facebook, what do you think about this? Is this strange to you? Some are even calling it abusive, or no, it's not a big deal. You put your pictures out there and they're not on private, kind of your fault. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. That is where the conversation continues. Sam?
All right, Melissa, thank you. 7:07 now on your Friday morning, and a local fraternity is spending its night sleeping on the grass at the University of Nevada, all for a good cause. Fox 11's Gianna George is live at the university with more on the event. Hey, Gianna.
All right, Gianna, thank you. Still to come on Mornings on Fox 11. Construction on the Southeast Connector is ready to go, and we're getting a better idea of what it'll look like when it's all done. how local officials think it'll help. Also still to come, a popular ski resort is looking to expand not only in size, but in season. How you can help Sky Tavern become a year-round property. Welcome back, everybody. We begin this morning with a developing story out of Carson City, where they are announcing today if online Common Core testing in Washoe County will launch on Monday as planned. The testing was suspended yesterday after a series of computer glitches emerged at select schools where the testing started earlier this week. State Superintendent Dale Arriaga blames the vendors. He says they were supposed to deliver a system so that Common Core tests could be taken online.
This morning, I met with Attorney General Adam Laxalt, and we will hold the vendors accountable. I've asked him to review the contracts. I've asked him to go back through every agreement we have through each of these vendors.
Now, Washoe County plans to make an announcement today at noon on whether the computer problems are fixed. We'll keep you posted.
And a major road development project has been given the green light, and construction will be starting up soon on the next phase of the Southeast Connector. The final permit for the project was approved yesterday. The road is designed to provide an efficient and safe way for people to get from South Reno to Sparks. Washoe County Commissioner Bob Lucy says this project is especially important as our region continues to grow.
It's going to give the citizens a little bit more ease moving around throughout the community, and I know sometimes that can be frustrating. So it's going to help in a lot of different ways, from traffic to time and accessibility to places throughout the community. So that's going to be the biggest thing.
The entire Southeast Connector is expected to be finished by late 2017.
Cool story here. Reno nonprofit Sky Tavern is asking for the community's help so they can become a year-round recreation site. The ski area has been teaching kids how to ski and snowboard for more than 60 years, but now they're hoping to expand their services and provide year-round activities our local community can enjoy. They're in the running to win a $100,000 grant from Bell Helmets to build trails for hiking and biking. To win, though, they need your votes. If you'd like to help them out and help them achieve their goal, you can visit our website. We've set up a link there, or you can tune in later when we have them live on our show.
Well, hundreds gathered at the governor's mansion in Carson City yesterday to commemorate the Holocaust, including more than 50 survivors who called Nevada home. They lit candles, prayed, and read from Anne Frank's diary in commemoration of an ugly chapter in history. Many survivors say they don't know how they survived. It was just a combination of faith and chance. When Jacqueline Ribbons was in line to receive an unknown lethal injection, it was chance.
Somebody walked over to me and just said, "How old are you?" I says 15. And the man said, I am going to see what I can do for you. You have a long life to live.
Instead, he was sent to a German hospital with the support of the governor. The group is advocating for Holocaust education to keep their stories alive. They say education is the key to preventing such tragedies from ever happening again. Governor Sandoval is also the first to host a Holocaust Remembrance Memorial at the mansion. This is the second year for the event. All right, well, still to come here on Mornings on Fox 11, we sit down with film critic Scott Birmingham. He'll take us inside the film at Danny Collins, find out how he thinks Al Pacino did as an aging rocker. Brandon?
Samantha, all is looking good out there today with sunny skies, but increasing clouds fairly soon and a chance of thunderstorms. We'll talk about those changes in your forecast next.
Hey there, Steve.
Morning.
It doesn't sound like you couldn't look or sound like you're awake yet.
No, I actually kind of got up a little bit late. In fact, the alarm went off at 6 o'clock. I don't know if reached over or turned it off.
Sunny skies in our forecast once again.
Right back to
Got your
sleep.
current temperature on the valley floor at 35 degrees, not a breath of wind, and 48% on the relative humidity. Now around the area, Carson City at 32 degrees, right at the freezing point, into the upper teens around Truckee, and Fallon is checking in at 32 degrees. You can see on the latest series of satellite pictures with the radar this counterclockwise rotation around an area of low pressure. That low is sitting comfortably over Colorado and Utah still. That low brought us the big windstorm just a couple of days ago around our area, so that system will move on off towards the east over the next several hours, but it's sitting tightly right now over the states there. An area of high pressure has built up over the west coast, and that will guarantee a lot of sunshine over the next few days and boosting up those high temperatures, though a change to the forecast for next week involving a chance of some isolated to scattered thunderstorms. High temperatures for central and eastern Nevada from the 60s to the 70s, probably the warmest spot. Battle Mountain comes in at 70 degrees, 67 for Elko, and a touch of wind between about 5 and 10 miles per hour for this afternoon. Sunny skies around western Nevada, Fallon at 73 degrees, so warmer compared to what we saw out there yesterday on your Thursday. 61 for Mammoth Lakes, and that morning low at 30. With that protective area of high pressure, clear skies up at Lake Tahoe from the low to the mid 60s, and slightly warmer by a few degrees for tomorrow and Sunday. Light winds for the morning and the afternoon, 60 degrees for Incline Village, and for far western Nevada, we have low to the mid 70s. Bright sunny skies, grab the sunglasses once again, and just a touch of wind by the afternoon, especially mid to late day out of the north between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. Clear skies to the north of Interstate 80, and how about this for soon? Susanville at 73 degrees, 72 for Spanish Springs, and overnight lows to the north of Interstate 80 from the 30s to the 40s. Probably warmest towards Pyramid Lake into the mid-40s there, 44 degrees in Sutcliffe, and around the Truckee Meadows, easily warmer compared to what we saw yesterday, an area of high pressure strengthening just a little bit over it, 71 in Sun Valley and upper 60s in Cold Springs. Here's a peek at your extended forecast. So maybe a few clouds by later tomorrow afternoon, especially late in the afternoon or early in the evening. That's the current thinking on the timing. Sunny skies for Sunday, into the 70s for the weekend, and a 20 to 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms for next week, down to the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday. For Carson City, it looks great for the weekend. A chance of showers and storms for next week, down to 60 degrees by next Thursday. And for South Lake Tahoe, the chances for showers and storms, well, they begin on Monday. That's your latest forecast right here on Mornings on Fox 11. We will be right back.
To be in paradise, put up a parking lot. Hey, nah, nah.
Boy, yesterday Google video stream was just doing some odd stuff.
Yeah.
It looked okay on my end, but people on the other side, I can't watch it. Jeez. And right now I have to cut out an interview, and I'm having to take the audio and because I record audio separately and replace it because it's just that bad.
Huh. Ugh, excuse me. Don't worry about that.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm joined by film critic Scott Birmingham to talk about what's happening this week in movies and a new movie that's coming out. Very coiffed hairstyle to go along with it. We'll get to that in just a minute.
Okay.
But first, we'll look
Is
at
it real hair or a wig or what?
That's the question. We'll talk about what's big in the box office.
Well, looking at a quick look at the box office for the past week, we have at number 3, the romance movie The Longest Ride. It rode away with $13 million. At number 2, the animated movie Home did a few dollars more, making away with $18 million. And the number 1 film in the country for a second week in a row is Furious 7, racing off with over $59 million. I decided to go a little rogue this week and watch a smaller film. Here's a snippet from Danny Collins.
No way. You don't surprise a guy my age. You give me a heart attack. Interview when you were a kid.
Today we're talking about the legendary Al Pacino and his new movie, Danny Collins. Pacino plays an aging two-note singer who should have retired years earlier, but keeps wowing the older generation of men and women with his 30-year-old songs. His manager and best friend, played by Christopher Plummer, as a gift, tracks down a letter to him from John Lennon that was intended for Collins before his career really took off. With this framed letter in hand, Collins decides to quit the drugs, his 20-something-year-old girlfriend, cancel the rest of his tour, and make additional changes in order to turn over a new leaf. You do gamble on taking on any film you see, and the less you know about it or have heard about it, the stakes of spending your money only to fall asleep seems inevitable. Thankfully, for this one, it's a gem, and Pacino plays the part as if he waited his entire career for it to come along. The casting is great. It's a movie worth checking out. I strongly give it 4 out of 4 stars.
And so we were talking about his hair because he does have a great head of hair.
You know, it's interesting to look at it, and I was just thinking about those VH1, looking back at when they were rockers in their heydays, and how they all look very dyed now because they have the gray hair, but they're still trying to retain that younger look, and it just doesn't work. It looks kind of funny sometimes.
It does. Real quickly, too, what do we have for DVD releases?
We have on our DVD release, sorry.
Yeah,
it's going wacky there. What we can look forward to for next week. So next week we shall get back on the main road again and talk about Kevin James' new movie, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. As a reminder, today is Wear Blue and Green Day in support of Organ, Eye, and Tissue Donation.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much, Scott. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I heard that. Sounded painful.
Yep.
We be doing.
I'm looking for a program that's called Ad Blocker, or Ad Block, and it's supposed to wipe out all the ads, and it's available on all the different browsers. And I heard about it. Somebody was telling me about it. I'm going to check it out. But I haven't been able to find it yet.
What I figured I'm going to have to do is the computer that I'm talking to you on also has various audio that I might play on the air from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is if I'm reading a website or a story off of this, well, ads will suddenly fire, and I have to make sure that I have the volume pot down so it doesn't go on the air, because that's talking sometimes. So I thought, well, you know what I need to do, really, because you never know when it's going to happen, is just have a separate screen, which means put another one in front of me, so I can just look and talk about things, you know, online that won't accidentally go on the air. Because suddenly an ad will just start to play.
Yeah, a lot of, it's unfortunate, a lot of things that are popular, people get their way in there and they stick these little ads in there that are piggyback, and you can do this like what they call a mouse over. You know, you just run your mouse across something and it launches the ad. Sometimes as soon as the program, well, it's just like FoxReno.com. Every time that they restart or every time you start it, it runs a commercial for 15 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, I get tired of watching the same commercial all the time. I'd like to block it. This program that I'm talking about, or what I was told about, will stop
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 7:28. We are joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, the Washoe County District Attorney has concluded that the use of deadly force by a Reno police officer back on August 31st was in fact justified. Officers say that the incident in question started when Royal Sean Bingman robbed a 62-year-old woman at gunpoint while she was working at the Shoppers Square Mall. When onlookers tried to stop Bingman, he shot one person in the chest and fled in his truck. When police caught up with him, Bingman got out of the truck with a gun and officers shot him while Bingman died from his injuries, prompting this investigation. Meteorologist Brandon Woolley joins us now with a look at our Friday forecast. Got a gorgeous weekend ahead of us.
Melissa, for today, sunny skies and temperatures for central and eastern Nevada from the 60s to the 70s, lower 70s around Battle Mountain, and a touch of wind for this afternoon between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. Upper 60s for Winnemucca, 73 in Fallon, and 70 in Tonopah, upper 70s to right near 80 degrees in Bishop. Here's a peek at your extended forecast and some increasing clouds for the weekend, especially by tomorrow afternoon into the 70s. And then for next week, increasing clouds, a 20 to 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. If you're watching us on NBC, come join us on Fox 11. Have an excellent Friday.
Yeah, there's all kinds of ways that these programmers or hackers or advertisers have wormed their way in to sneak an ad onto somebody, because for some reason they seem to think that watching an ad is going to get somebody to buy something. Okay, I have no idea why they're thinking that, because it doesn't work for me. If I'm interested in a product, I'll go look for it. I don't need an advertisement.
Well, a dozen or so potential presidential hopefuls converge on New Hampshire, even though only a few have actually formally announced. We're going to have a preview of the big event coming up.
Also, still to come, investigators try to piece together what led to shootings inside a Phoenix home. What officials say could have happened.
And the battle with ISIS continues on the ground and online. We're going to have the newest propaganda videos to hit the web.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
And hey, good Friday morning, 7:32 now on that Friday. Not only is the weekend just hours away, but also the first home opener for the Reno Aces.
Yeah, it's a big part of the year. Love it, too, with the food, the family fun, the game, of course.
Not a bad seat in the house, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is such a cool stadium. You can sit on the grass out in the outfield. You can sit along the first and third base lines. And, of course, you can do a little bit of eating while you're there. Right, Sam?
That's right, because we're talking about a new dish that is available that you can get at some of the vendors there. So what is this, you ask?
Yeah. What's it called?
I'm not sure what it's called. Just, you know.
Looks like a tostada, but it is not.
So this is what it is. It's a waffle, macaroni and cheese, buffalo chicken, some coleslaw, and blue cheese. Yes.
So it's basically like buffalo wings and then a side of a waffle and some mac and cheese.
You know, it smells really good. It really does. It's really heavy. So I would go hungry tonight if you were going to be getting this food item, or share it with someone.
Yeah, a meal for a few.
Yeah.
But it's the whole kind of that movement or that trend to combine some good different flavors together, and that's what they're doing. A little bit of breakfast, a little bit of lunch, a little bit of salad.
And
a little bit of salad.
A little bit of salad. Salad with some mayonnaise in it. The coleslaw.
Come on now, don't ruin it.
You're from Albuquerque, Samantha.
I am, yeah.
So they're playing the Albuquerque Isotopes, and you were going to tell us what an isotope was.
Yeah, so, well, an isotope is a chemistry term, but Albuquerque named the baseball team the Isotopes because of a Simpson episode that aired. In the episode, there was a baseball team from Albuquerque that were called the Isotopes. They used to be the Dukes, but then that team left, and when a new team came in, we all voted, and we came up with Isotopes.
There you go. Good
There's
work.
the story.
I love it. Very neat. We're going to be checking in with Brandon, see what your forecast is looking like on this opening day in just a bit. But first, Republicans who have announced their campaign and some who have said they are still thinking about it converge in New Hampshire.
Yeah, Andrew Spencer reports more than a dozen presidential candidates are attending the first in the nation's Republican Leadership Summit.
A handful of Republicans didn't wait for the two-day summit to seek traction in New Hampshire. Former Florida Governor Jeb Bush attended a town hall-style event in Concord called Politics and Pie. There, he acknowledged if he does decide to formally run, he'll have to prove he's not just trying to put another Bush in the White House.
First and foremost, I got to show my heart. Secondly, I have to show that I have ideas that make it possible for America to rise up again. And third, I have to show that I have the leadership skills, not just to yap about it, but to do it. And if I do that, then the Bush dynasty thing and the Clinton-Bush deal, all that stuff subsides.
Former Texas Governor Rick Perry participated in a roundtable discussion Thursday before speaking to a group at a youth town hall. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie has spent time in New Hampshire this week as well. The one thing these three have in common is that none of them have formally announced plans to make a run at the White House. The three Republicans who have, Senators Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, and Marco Rubio, are expected to join them and the rest of the field of potential Republican candidates at the GOP's First in the Nation Republican Leadership Summit on Friday and Saturday. The only Democrat to announce so far has her own plans for the Granite State. After spending time in Iowa this week, Hillary Clinton's staff says she'll be campaigning in New Hampshire this coming Monday and Tuesday. I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
The anti-authority website WikiLeaks has published a searchable database of every Sony email and document that was stolen by hackers last year. U.S. government officials blamed North Korea for the hack that destroyed computers at Sony Pictures. The hack temporarily shut down the movie studio and exposed embarrassing emails from top executives. It also resulted in Sony Pictures Entertainment's co-chairman Amy Pascal's resignation. In a statement, Sony blasted WikiLeaks, saying it strongly condemns the indexing of stolen employee and other private and privileged information.
Well, police found 3 men and 2 women dead inside a North Phoenix home following a standoff situation yesterday. Detectives say it appears one man shot his 2 brothers, one of their wives, and their mother before turning the gun on himself. The woman who called 911 escaped with 2 children while another woman hid inside a bathroom. The 2 women are also wives of the brothers. Police are still investigating exactly what led up to the shooting, but say that it may have been the result of a dispute over the family business. The family reportedly owns a chauffeur service.
At this point, we believe those that we have come across are deceased inside the home. We believe this is a family dispute of some sort that has gone terribly wrong.
Police say that the family is from Morocco and that getting information has been very difficult due to the language barrier.
There was a state memorial service held today at a Germany cathedral for victims of the crash of Germanwings 9525. Hundreds of friends and families are there. Also in attendance are German Chancellor Angela Merkel and the CEO of Lufthansa. The flight went down over the French Alps last month, killing all 150 people on board. The parents of the 27-year-old co-pilot Andres Lubitz, who appears to have deliberately locked the cabin out of the cockpit and taken control of the plane so he could crash it, had been invited to the service but were not in attendance, according to organizers.
Well, Iraqi fighters are desperately battling ISIS forces in several key regions right now. One of those places is the Baji oil refinery that's north of Tikrit. ISIS has posted this propaganda video online showing its fighters launching artillery at the refinery. The battle for the refinery has gone on now for 6 days, and the footage seems to show ISIS fighters getting inside. The U.S.-led coalition is helping Iraqi forces, launching 8 airstrikes against ISIS around Baiji. 4 more airstrikes hit the city of Ramadi and stalled ISIS's advance towards the city center and the government complex. Ramadi officials say that the city is in danger, severe danger, in fact, of falling to ISIS, but the chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff is losing the city, won't lose the war.
A California woman is recovering after an apparent anti-American attack in Pakistan, and we should warn you, some viewers may find this material hard to watch. Police in the city of Karachi say 55-year-old Deborah Lobo, we're going to show you her video in just a second, they say she was shot in the face and the arm while leaving the medical school where she works. Police say the attackers threw pamphlets with anti-American slogans into her car after the shooting. Authorities say Lobo has lived in Pakistan since 1996 and is married to a Christian Pakistani who works at an American school there. Police have not yet made any arrests in the attack.
Photos that you post online of your children could actually end up on other sites. How Instagram users are stealing pictures and playing house. And of course, the news does not stop when you leave the house. Fox 11 has you covered. Download the new and improved free Fox 11 AM app, smartphone or tablet, available on Apple and Android devices. Just search for Fox 11 AM.
We all look so interested today.
Yeah, we're all busy doing something here. Right now, though, I'm doing the expert peel of an orange.
Ah,
you know what I'm talking about there?
there you go.
One move. That's it. That's all that takes there.
You know we are live, right?
Yeah. That's why I'm showing off, man.
Okay.
Tony, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Tony, we have any comments?
We have one comment for the baby and 4 for voting.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So talking first about the baby one, you guys, and what you think about people using these pictures to do this, role playing. And I'm just going to leave it role playing because I'm not sure. I mean, you're a parent role playing, your family role playing. So what do you think about it? First of all, creepy or not? And, does it say something to parents about, you probably should check your Welcome back. Here's a live look outside on your Friday. Right now, gorgeous out there. Traffic not bad as well. 35 degrees in Reno. Brandon's got you covered with the full forecast in just a bit. But first, turning to what's trending over on our Facebook page this morning, a group of Instagram users are creating strange fictional relationships using photos of other people's children, according to the WashingtonPost.com. It's called baby role playing. These private or anonymous accounts are filled with photos of babies and kids, presumably stolen from social media sites. And they're mostly amateur shots here. We're not talking about professional photos. In comments, users have conversations pretending to be the parents of the baby or talking about feeding them and disciplining the children as well, as if it was their own. Some users even have entire fake families. The online site Fast Company is calling baby role-playing, quote, the creepiest new corner of Instagram, end quote. Asking Google Plusers, what do you think about this? I'm guessing it speaks a bit, Glenn, to, you need to make sure your settings are set right when it comes to privacy, parents especially, if you're going to be posting pictures of your kids. But what do you think about this whole role-playing? Harmless? What do you think?
You mean people are doing creepy, weird, unusual things on the internet? Why haven't I been informed of this? I didn't know this was going on. Anytime you do anything on the internet, it's going to be used by other people. It's going to be seen by other people. Even if you put a block up and you just want to share it between you and your friends, it's hackable. So before you push send, just remember, especially if it's a funny photograph, it could go viral and people are going to make fun of it. There, you've been warned. Good luck.
That goes to, remember the old days when you used to take pictures of your kids like in the bathtub or running around with their little booty hanging out, whatever. Those days are gone, folks. Just to let you know, unless you'd like to, probably not a good idea. Steve, kind of scary to you? To me, this seems pretty darn creepy. What do you think?
I think it's actually perverted. I could never understand role-playing in the first place. Some people get into it, and to me, it's something that's made up. Anyway, getting back to the pictures and what they're doing, role-playing in babies, I think it's wrong. It's perverted. I think that somebody should go after it because it's just right there next to porn. These people are just, I read the article, and as soon as I started reading it, I knew the first thing that hit my mind, this is wrong. I'm sorry. The Instagram should shut it down.
And no talks yet of whether or not they're going to be doing that. It'd be interesting. Tony, what do we have on Facebook?
Shauna says that is so creepy.
Yeah, I agree with her. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. That is where the conversation continues. And hey, we would love to have you live on air with us on our Google Plus segment here. All you have to do is have a Google Plus account. If you have Gmail, you have a Google Plus account. You just maybe didn't know. Circle me. Let me know you're interested in our topic, and we would love to have you live on air with us. All right, that's a look at what's trending. Sam?
Right, Melissa, thank you. Well, Sky Tavern is asking for your help how a click of a mouse can turn the ski area to a year-round property. We're going to explain right after the break.
Hey, look at me, baby. I don't know if we even gonna make it to the party. Yeah, we got a whole lot of
And welcome back, everyone. Sky Tavern has been teaching kids in Reno how to ski for more than 60 years, but now the goal is to turn the property into a year-round community center for skiing, hiking, trail running, mountain biking, and much more. We're joined now by Bike Park Manager Casey Kaufman to tell us how you can help them win this contest for $100,000. Casey, first of all, for people at home who might not know, what exactly is Sky Tavern?
Well, Sky Tavern is a city-owned, nonprofit managed ski area that's been focused on teaching kids to ski since 1948. So what we want to do is create it into a year-round area that people can come and mountain bike. They obviously can ski. There's going to be summer concerts, hiking, bring your dog, just pretty much turn it into a community center for the entire year.
And it's such a gym. Why not use it year-round?
That's exactly right. We want to make sure that we get as much use out of it as possible.
So you guys need some money to make it happen, and you're in a running for a $100,000 grant, and we right here in Northern Nevada can help you guys win. Tell us how.
Yeah, so we're a semifinalist in the Bell Built grant,
Okay.
which is also sponsored by IMBA, the International Mountain Bike Association.
Okay.
It's for $100,000, and it basically will build us an entire trail. And it's an advanced level trail, but what that does is gives our volunteer efforts and any kind of donations or any local time we can get to build the beginner and intermediate parts of our bike park. So we can kind of just let them go and build an awesome trail for us.
And Casey, there's some competition out there. I've been looking at some of the votes. We're neck and neck with other cities on the West Coast.
There are two others in the West Coast finals
Okay.
at Checker Bike Park near Merced.
Okay.
And Alsea Falls in Northern Oregon. The voting could not be closer. I've been refreshing my phone too many times.
Yeah,
so,
too many times. And voting is pretty easy. What do people need to do to vote?
People just need to go to skytavern.com. There's a link right there on the home page.
Okay.
You can click on there. It will take you right to the voting page. Click vote. Click OK. It'll send you an email with a link. You just
Okay.
click on the link and you're done.
Takes maybe a minute at the most.
At the most. And that's all it takes.
And when does voting end?
Voting ends April 29th.
Okay.
And that will be for the semifinals. And
Okay.
the finals portion will start May 25th if we're lucky enough
Okay.
to make it.
Oh, come on, guys. We can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it.
There's one grant across the entire country, and we want it at Sky Tavern.
We want it right here in our own
Absolutely.
backyard. Casey, thank you so much for coming on. We'll be posting a link to skytavern.com, also a picture of us after the show, or after our interview here, where you can go and vote. Come on, guys, we can do it. Stay with us, everyone. Brandon, over to you.
All right. Samantha, your current temperature in Reno Sparks at 39 degrees. We're going to talk about some changes in the forecast involving thunderstorms for next week. Some temperatures out there now into the 20s, including 22 degrees in Ely and 27 both for Eureka and Elka, also into the 20s at this hour in Winnemucca. On Futurecast, clouds and precipitation. Low pressure is going to stay well away from us for now, but you can see that area of low pressure to the east of the Nevada area and also California. We're checking out an area of high pressure building up over California and Nevada, getting stronger over the next several hours. Our model run for tomorrow in the afternoon, you can see right there a few cumulus clouds probably popping up over the Sierra, but lots of sunshine around far western Nevada, but some increasing clouds, especially over the higher terrain. Here's your forecast today: 60s and 70s for central and eastern Nevada. Probably the warmest spot, Battle Mountain at 70 degrees, 67 for Elko, and a little bit of wind for mid to late afternoon between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. Look at some of these highs today, including Lovelock at 74 degrees, matching Hawthorne, 66 in Bridgeport, 61 for Mammoth Lakes with that morning low down to about 30 degrees with clear skies in the forecast tonight and sunshine for today, low to the mid-60s up at Lake Tahoe, 60 for Incline Village, 5 degrees warmer around the South Shore and Truckee, and those overnight lows in the 20s and 30s, and light winds in the forecast for this morning and also this afternoon. 60s to the 70s in our forecast today, but for far western Nevada, low to the mid-70s. Silver Springs checks in at 72 degrees, matching Minden and Gardnerville. Overnight lows from the 30s to the 40s, probably the warmest location around the Dayton Valley, coming in at 40 degrees, a northerly afternoon wind between about 5 and 10. Sunny skies with that area of high pressure over us. You can see around northeastern California and northwestern Nevada, 60s into the 70s, as I mentioned, for those highs today. 70 for the south end of Pyramid Lake for Nixon, and 72 degrees in Spanish Springs with that overnight low at 36 degrees. Not too much wind in the forecast with that protective area of high pressure over us for the North Valley, 60s to the lower 70s, including 71 degrees in Sun Valley. Here's a peek at your extended forecast here on Mornings on Fox 11. Some increasing clouds by tomorrow afternoon, especially over the higher terrain, as we saw in Futurecast, easily into the mid-70s, and then for next week, becoming mostly cloudy Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, a 20 to 40% chance of showers and storms, and with the showers and the additional cloud cover for Wednesday and Thursday, knocking down those high temperatures into the 60s and overnight lows on the valley floor from the low to the mid 40s. And your extended forecast for Carson City for the weekend, some increasing clouds by later tomorrow afternoon, bright sunny skies on Sunday, 73 degrees, and a chance of showers and storms for next week. And for South Lake Tahoe, a chance of those showers beginning by Monday afternoon, and cooler highs into the 50s we go for Wednesday and Thursday. Mornings on Fox 11 will continue right after this.
Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Taking a look at some of our stories out of Carson City, where they are announcing today if online Common Core testing in Washoe County is actually going to launch on Monday as planned. The testing was suspended yesterday after a series of computer glitches emerged as select schools where the testing started this week. Now, State Superintendent Dale Urquiaga blames the vendors. He said that they were supposed to deliver a system so that the Common Core tests could be taken online. Washoe County plans to make an announcement today at noon on whether the computer problems are fixed. Of course, stay with us. We'll keep you updated on that. Chief Meteorologist Brandon Woolley joins us now with a look at our forecast. Hi, Brandon.
Melissa, your current temperature at 40 degrees with bright sunny skies and not a breath of wind, and really not too much wind in our forecast for this afternoon, all less than about 10 miles per hour and 38% on the relative humidity. So here's your forecast today. Sunny skies for all locations with a dominating area of high pressure. 73 degrees this afternoon for the Truckee Meadows. Clear skies overnight tonight, down to about 42 degrees for Carson City, easily into the lower 70s, and overnight lows for the most part into the 30s, including 30 degrees up at South Lake Tahoe. Again, not much wind over the next couple of days. That's your latest forecast. Have an excellent Friday. We'll see you soon.
Mic check, 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 check.
Checkity check, check, checker, check, check, check. Well, if you were tired of the same old workout moves, we've got you covered. Fitness trainer Cammie Craig shows us new exercises you can do at home.
And the names are out. Time Magazine's 100 most influential people, from politicians to pop culture icons. It's got it all. We'll tell you who topped the list.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting Northern Nevada.
Well, good Friday morning, and thank you for joining us here on Mornings on Fox 11. 8:02 Friday, Aces home opener. Woo!
Lots to talk about, that's for sure.
Finally starting to feel like summer's on its way. I mean, the weather's been, you know, but when the Aces come into town and
I know
the game starts up, that's where it's.
That's usually how I gauge when I unpack my spring and summer clothes.
Yeah.
And I debated doing it yesterday, but I was like, ooh, every time I do it, it snows. So maybe I should do it
So
so
don't
we
do
get
it,
some
please.
snow. Just not today, not for the weekend.
I think this is the 5th or 6th Reno Aces opener, right? Is this the 6th season? And we've been to a mix, you know, where it's been snowing on season openers, but I think 75 degrees, no wind, it should be pretty much perfect to once again pack Aces Ballpark for today's home opener. So we're excited about that. Also, we're going to be talking about this morning, I know you are the ESPN reporter who got into a little bit of hot water for being so nasty to a parking lot attendant.
Especially nowadays where there are cameras everywhere, people, this is, you know what I mean? Obviously, that was just over the top. She was upset. She, you know, said what she wanted to say, rude, etc. But if nothing else, lessons to be learned that you are always assume that you are on camera and being recorded, because potentially you are. And also on a different note, completely, hey everybody, if you get a chance, a couple minutes, head online today and vote for Sky Tavern.
Yeah, that was
we just had Casey on there in the running for an amazing mountain bike park. It's a $100,000 grant. And we are in the semifinals for it. If we win, we go to the finals, and that could be in our own backyard. A lot of outdoor enthusiasts here.
An
Would love
amazing
it.
part of town, beautiful area, gorgeous in that area. It'd be an amazing get for us if we could get that put to place.
Yeah, skytavern.com, that's where you can go to vote. Also, this has a lot of people talking today, too. The U.S. Congress takes care of the serious business of running the country, but sometimes a softer side pokes through.
That's right. Holds.
Oh, come on. Just let it go, Mr.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's Let It
No,
Go.
my time
Senator
is up.
Pat Roberts' Let It Go ringtone interrupted a committee meeting on Wednesday. The committee was discussing U.S. tariff policy, so the Disney tune will probably be a welcome break to
You know what's
that.
funny is that Let It Go ringtone probably woke up a bunch of folks in that tariff policy meeting.
Don't you want to
Those
know
meetings can be deadly.
why he had it on there? Like, who was that ringtone?
His daughter.
You think so?
No, I heard it was his grandchildren, actually.
okay.
They put it on there, but it's just so funny. Have you ever been somewhere and heard someone's funny ringtone? You're like, look at them like, you would have that ringtone?
I've been in an interview before. My husband, first of all, he does IT. I know better than to ever leave him anywhere near my phone, because once he gets in everything, he'll be like doing all sorts of stuff. He set his ringtone to dun 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 dun. You know, the
When you call?
So no, when he calls me. So I was in an interview. All of a sudden, my phone was on like full tilt, all the way loud. It was like dun 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 from my purse. I'm like, who is that? I'm like, oh my God, that's my phone. Whatever. It was my husband, and he got a good laugh out of
That
it.
is so funny, because I've been with your husband when you called and that same music comes on.
All right, you guys, let's go ahead and take a look at what's trending this morning. Trending over on Yahoo, former rap mogul Suge Knight is going to go on trial in connection to a fatal hit and run that happened earlier this year. Remember this story? Well, a Los Angeles County judge ruled yesterday that Knight will face charges of murder, attempted murder, and hit and run. Knight's accused of plowing his truck into two people in a restaurant parking lot back in January. One of those men died. Trending over on Facebook this morning, Time Magazine has named its top 100 most influential people of the year. Oh, can we just sit on this picture for a while? Woo, among the honorees, actor Bradley Cooper. Music mogul. This is Bill's favorite. Music mogul Kanye West, U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth. Excuse me, I'm choking over here. Bader Ginsburg and news anchor George Ramos. Yeah, the issue hit stands April 27th. Excuse me. Trending over on Twitter this morning. Hashtag Lady Antebellum. It was a close call for the country band. A tire on the bus tour, or the tour bus, I should say, burst into flames yesterday morning. Don't worry, though. Frontwoman Hillary Scott Instagrammed a picture saying that everyone was safe. A really interesting picture, too. She said everything was burned in that area. The only thing that came out of that area that burned was her Bible. Very interesting. She's posted a lot of pictures and some words about it on Instagram, if you want to check it out there. Now turning to what's trending over on our Facebook page, everybody. Should American citizens have to pass a test before they can hand in their election ballot? Well, the debate is nothing new when it comes to voting talk. And on the TV show Fox and Friends, Ann Coulter and Romiki Coast went head-to-head, arguing both sides. Coulter says there should be a test to make it more difficult to vote, saying there's nothing unconstitutional about literary tests. And on the other hand, Coast argues that voters turn out in already low numbers around the country, and this is going to block more people from actually voting. Asking all of you on Facebook, should U.S. citizens have to pass a test to vote? And if they do, what would you like to see on that test? What would be important to test, if anything? We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. Sam?
All right, Melissa, thank you. Well, a local fraternity is spending the night sleeping on the grass at UNR, all for a good cause. Fox 11's Gianna Georgie is live at the university with more on the event. Hey, Gianna.
Candlelight, moonlight all around us. I look into your eyes. You hold my hand underneath the table, and I can't disguise the way I feel. I could have wished 1,000 wishes for this night. I can't believe that it's finally me and you and you and me, just us and your friend Steve. Do 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 Steve. Do 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 leave. What's the deal with your friend Steve? Hey, how's it going? You took me out for waffles and to the movies. I was hoping for romance. You even took me to the Mexican circus. I thought there was a chance we'd be alone. I could have wished 1,000 wishes for Steve to disappear. What the fuck's your fucking problem? Why is he always
Thank you so much, Gianna. Your current temperature in the Reno-Sparks area at 40 degrees, and traffic is flowing good now. Some changes for next week. We're going to talk about the chances for thunderstorms in your full weather forecast next. Traffic is flowing good around the Reno-Sparks area with bright sunshine in our forecast, maybe some increasing clouds, especially by tomorrow afternoon and especially over the higher terrain. Then more in the way of cloudiness comes in for next week and a chance of some isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms. So a pretty significant change to our forecast next week as an area of low pressure starts to move into the region. Now our headlines, yes, that does top our headlines in terms of those warmer high temperatures on the way into the 70s beginning for this afternoon, into the 70s for the weekend, and then for later next week starting to cool down those high temperatures as more cloud cover comes in and those heavier rain showers across the valleys and also over the Sierra. That area of low pressure well to the east of us, you can see to the east of Nevada and California, an area of high pressure has built up over the west coast. That arcing of the cloud deck there, that area of high pressure has built up over the western United States, boosting up our high temperatures and giving us lots of sunshine to enjoy, including this afternoon. Not too bad for a Friday forecast. Central and eastern Nevada, probably the warmest spot, Battle Mountain at 70 degrees, and the wind forecast this afternoon out of the northeast between about 5 and 10. Sunny skies once again, just like yesterday on your Thursday. Upper 60s in Winnemucca, 61 for Mammoth Lakes, and into the upper 70s to right near 80 degrees in Bishop. A good-looking forecast for Lake Tahoe, low to the mid-60s, including 65 degrees for the South Shore. Overnight lows tonight from the 20s to the 30s with clear skies and light winds for this morning and this afternoon. In terms of far western Nevada, easily from the low to the mid-70s, including the lower 70s around Silver Springs, and the wind this afternoon out of the north between about 5 and 10. Overnight lows from the 30s to right around 40 degrees. So starting to moderate those overnight lows over the next couple of nights as we get those warmer daytime highs in the forecast for northeastern California and northwestern Nevada, 60s to the 70s. Pretty toasty for the Black Rock Desert at 74 degrees, that overnight low at 42, 70 in Portola, and a few degrees warmer in Susanville, coming in at 73 degrees. A touch of wind out there this afternoon out of the north between 5 and 10, upper 60s to the lower 70s for the North Valleys, including 67 in Cold Springs. Here's a peek at your extended forecast here on Fox 11, and some increasing clouds by later tomorrow afternoon, for the most part over the Sierra. Sunny skies on Sunday, 74 degrees, and a 20 to 40% chance of showers and storms for next week as that area of low pressure gets closer. And for Carson City, mostly sunny skies for tomorrow on your Saturday, 73 degrees on Sunday. Chances for showers and storms going on up for next week, not only for the valley floors, but also over the Sierra as well. That's your latest forecast. Now we're going to send things over to Samantha.
Thanks. Well, we have some exciting news to tell you about. American Idol, the most successful music competition show in television history, is returning this summer with a national tour. And for the first time ever, yep, it is stomping in Reno. American Idol Live gives you an opportunity to get up close and personal with the top 5 idols from season 14. Tickets go on sale today. Head to our website, foxreno.com, for more information. And don't forget to tune in and watch American Idol every Wednesday right here on Fox. Bill?
All righty, thank you, Sam. Well, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a donut. Yes, I said a donut. Find out how one pastry got shot into space and what happened next. Stay with us.
with somebody. Yeah. I wanna take shots with somebody. Shots. I wanna leave with somebody. Come on. And we ain't gotta tell
Wish
nobody.
I had your cut.
You would not believe the kind of dancing that's going on right now.
Well, Ben & Jerry's is known for its creative ice cream concoctions like Half-Baked, Cherry Garcia, and my wife's favorite, Chubby Hubby.
Now the ice cream maker are taking combinations to a whole new level. You said it, not me. We're teaming up with the brewery to make an ice cream inspired beer. This is right up your alley.
I know it
also.
is, man. This is great story. Good job there, T2. Ben & Jerry's will be collaborating with Colorado's New Belgium brewery to make a salted caramel brownie beer.
Yes,
salted
I'm all
caramel brownie beer.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would. Yes.
It is set to hit store shelves this fall. So far, there are no plans to make a beer-flavored ice cream. But as of yet, that could change any minute. Well, a donut goes where no pastry has gone before. A military chopper stops at the beach, and head-turning art all in one story.
That's right. Jeremy Roth has all the details.
More proof that donuts are out of this world. Two brothers in Sweden used a weather balloon to propel the pastry to the farthest reaches of the universe. Actually, it got 20 miles up and the balloon popped. The donut ended up in a lake, but got some great views along the way. A military helicopter's crew makes an unexpected stop in California. The chopper had a massive oil leak over Solana Beach, so the pilot had no choice but to make an emergency landing. Several bystanders watched the landing, including singer Kenny Loggins, who tweeted that he walked right into the danger zone. Neither Kenny nor anyone else were hurt. Meet Derek Hernandez, who works in hair the way other artists might work in oils or clay. People are lining up to have the California barber create stunning works of art on their heads. He says it's like drawing in reverse.
More like erasing than drawing it on there. Because like you're working with a black piece of paper and a white pencil.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Yes, Jay.
I would get you on the back of my head in a heartbeat.
God, I love you, Bill Frankmore.
That is some incredible artwork, though. I guess it's like a tattoo.
We want to get
artist on the back.
Fox 11 on the side of your head right here.
Yeah, I'll do that too, maybe. We'll see.
All right, stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back.
Sweet home Alabama. Well,
Welcome back, everybody. It was both funny and touching when several employees sang a goodbye song to the store Target.
That's right. CNN's Jeannie Mose reports that they couldn't have picked a better farewell song.
There's something eerie about an empty store. Closing time. Especially when it's permanently closing time for all 133 Target stores in Canada. So it was bittersweet when employees improvised a rolling swan song at a Target in Victoria, British Columbia.
Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Who needs real drums when you've got a plastic shopping basket and hangers for sticks? Lead singer Liam McDonald clutched an old hanger bar as a pretend mic. Eric Dybert was shooting from a shopping cart. His favorite lyric?
Gather up your jackets, move into the exits. That's kind of, what it felt like on that last day.
Gather up your jackets, move into the exit.
That's Dismantling you hear in the background. The 1998 classic by Semisonic wasn't so familiar to Liam.
I didn't know the lyrics and that we had them taped right in front of me to read.
The song was shot in one take, just minutes before everyone walked out the door for the last time.
Originally, we did it just for our team to kind of give them one last thing to smile about.
We loved working at Target.
As many as 40 co-workers watched the performance. Actually, Closing Time was not their first choice for goodbye song. This was. But Nearer My God to Thee, reportedly played as the Titanic went down, seemed a little too funereal for the sinking of Target.
I know who I want to take me home.
Did anyone take you home?
No, they didn't.
No, I had to drive myself home.
Take me home.
At least their song hit the target.
Closing time.
Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Would you do that for me if I left?
You bet your sweet bottom dollar I would.
No, you. This
well,
close.
the drummer from the group, Semisonic, commented on the video. He called it powerful and haunting at the same time, and we couldn't agree more.
Love it. All right, stay with us, everybody. Got a lot more left of the show coming up in just about 2 minutes.
Take me home tonight.
Supporters what they think her biggest
be found.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Carlson. Your time now is 8:28. We're joining you live from Mornings on Fox 11 with your News 4 update. Well, a major road development project has been given the green light, and construction is going to be starting up soon after the next phase of the construction connector is put into place. Yeah, the final permit for the project was approved yesterday. Road is designed to provide an efficient and safe way for people to get from South Reno all the way over to Sparks. Washoe County Commissioner Bob Lucy says that this project is especially important as our region continues to grow, and boy is it growing. The entire Southeast connector is expected to be finished by late 2017. Chief Meteorologist Brandon Woolley joins us now with a look at our Friday forecast. Hi, Brandon.
Hi, Melissa. It looks great out there for today. Sunny skies and temperatures in the 60s and 70s. 72 degrees in Spanish Springs, upper 60s instead, and 73 in Susanville. And a cold one out there tonight once again with clear skies down to the 30s and to the 40s. Now for the Truckee Meadows, we have 60s and 70s, 71 degrees in Sun Valley, a northerly wind this afternoon between about 5 and 10. Here's a peek at your extended forecast for tomorrow. On your Saturday, some increasing clouds by the afternoon. 75 degrees, those overnight lows into the 40s, and a pretty significant change for next week into the 70s, then down to the 60s Wednesday and Thursday with a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Have an excellent Friday.
Gotten so much accomplished today, I can go home now. Except I have a radio show to do, so I can't do that.
What is this link about you sent?
Oh, that's supposed to be from the Chive, and it's a bunch of television bloopers, really.
Oh. So you got to click on to hear it.
A woman is behind bars this morning accused of embezzling money. We're going to tell you what type of business police say she targeted.
Also still to come, investigators are looking into the use of deadly force by a Reno police officer. Was it justified? What a Washoe County District Attorney is saying about the case.
And local law enforcement agencies are teaming up to help improve pedestrian safety here in northern Nevada. We'll be keeping a close eye on crosswalks. We'll explain.
You're watching Mornings on Fox 11, connecting northern Nevada.
And hey, good Friday morning, everyone. That leads us into the perfect segue into Funny Friday.
That would make a reel, wouldn't it?
That would.
For real.
Yeah, it might make it on Funny Friday for next week. Every week, you know, we have our moments here. It's 4 hours of live television, 2 hours here, 2.5 hours here on Mornings on Fox 11. And You better believe there's your fair share of funny moments and bloopers and
Yeah, and we like
It's hilarious.
to have people laugh along with us, and so we go ahead and point out all the mess ups that we do. But I just think it's
Self-deprecating humor is awesome.
yeah, it's funny.
know
You can't
what?
laugh at
Yeah.
yourself. I'd rather laugh at myself first before somebody else
Yeah.
says
Yeah,
something.
sure.
So
Yeah, so laugh along with us. It's going to be at the end of the show today, so it's something you won't want to
good
miss.
one from Bill this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of good ones for me. I imagine. We're going to get your forecast with Brandon. Talk about that Aces game home opener. Starts at 6:35, by the way, first pitch. We had a couple of calls into the newsroom wanting to know what time. Should be right at 6:35. As long as they don't eat any of those macaroni and cheese waffles that they have.
Yeah, buffalo macaroni and cheese waffles.
Coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
And blue cheese.
And blue cheese.
Very good. Should be great for that, though. We'll check in with Brandon. But first, a woman is under arrest this morning accused of embezzling money from Incline Village businesses. Washoe County Sheriff's Office detectives say 61-year-old Pamela Jean Kircher took more than $850,000 from the unnamed business over the course of 7 years. Kircher recently worked as a housekeeper throughout Incline Village, and because of this, detectives say they worry there could be more victims. Police encourage anybody who believes they may have been victimized by the suspect, contact Secret Witness at 322-4900.
And in legal news on your Friday, a Washoe County District Attorney has concluded that the use of deadly force by a Reno police officer back on August 31st was justified. Officials say the incident in question started when Royal Sean Bingaman robbed a 62-year-old woman at gunpoint while she was working at Shopper Square Mall. When onlookers tried to stop Bingaman, he shot one person in the chest and fled in his truck. When police caught up with him, he got out of his car with a gun and officers shot him. Bingaman later died from his injuries, prompting the investigation.
And happening today, if you'd like to learn how you can help save lives, you can learn for free. The Washoe County Sheriff's Office Citizen Corps is offering an emergency preparedness and response training academy, and trainees are not required to become a volunteer to participate. The academy helps residents be ready in the event of any type of emergency. Training includes disaster preparedness, emergency medical techniques, fire, safety, and more. Training takes place at the Regional Public Safety Training Center located at 5190 Spectrum Boulevard. Training dates are today from 6 to 9 p.m. and tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m.
Local law enforcement agencies will spend the next few weeks focusing on pedestrian safety in northern Nevada. Nevada Highway Patrol, the Washoe County Sheriff's Office, and the Reno and Sparks Police Departments are all working together as part of joining forces. For 2 weeks, they'll be looking for drivers not yielding to pedestrians and crosswalks. Officials want to remind everyone to share the road and also to always be aware of your surroundings.
Also happening today, a tribute wall with the names of nearly 3,000 Nevada National Guard members will be unveiled later today. The tribute will recognize post-9/11 combat veterans in the state who have been deployed to combat zones. The wall will be located at the office of the Adjutant General in Carson City. Melissa?
All right, coming up, two Fox anchors battle it out on air. We're going to tell you what they had to deal with. Not us, thank goodness. That's coming over their Google Plus. There's next. And plus, the news does not stop when you leave the house. Fox 11 has you covered. Download the new and improved free Fox 11 AM app for your smartphone and tablet. Available on Apple and Android devices. Just search for Fox 11 AM. Stay with us.
The music stopped.
Yeah.
I was getting into.
Steve, you're going to get somebody killed. I looked down and I saw you go, and I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, God, that was
it happened.
Yep.
And then it happened. So, guys, we're talking about test to vote.
Yes.
And we've also got a couple comments from Tony, so we're going to go ahead and make sure we give her some time to chat about that. So what do you think about it? Do you think that you should have to pass a test to vote? And then what do you want on that test? You need to know the houses, you know, how your state legislature runs. You want to know, you know, what is it that should be on there if you think that it's a good idea. So we'll talk about that. Then Tony will chime in because we've got 4 comments, and then we're good to go. And no yawning.
Okay.
Steve, what was that in your house yesterday? It was like while you were talking, I was like, bang, 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 bang. Was it the roof?
Yeah, they were putting on a new roof. Fortunately, they got done. Yesterday
You ever
afternoon.
looked at me like, what's going on with Steve? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, they put a new roof on. They look kind of spiffy because they went to a darker shingle,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all the little stacks are painted black. So it's like cool, you know.
Cool.
Good. My wife interviewed you last night. Oh, you're the guy. Yeah, cool. She told me this. How do you do? She said you're a funny dude.
15s.
She'll also tell me when the comedian's an asshole.
Live work outside to get you started on your Friday. Gorgeous shot out there. Traffic not too bad, although in this picture it's frozen. Apparently no cars are moving, but here's your forecast too as well. Take a look at some of those numbers there. Not sure what they mean, but they are there for you to enjoy. Bask in that, will you, for just a second? All right, let's go ahead and keep moving on. Turning now to what is trending on our Facebook page this morning. Should American citizens have to pass a test before they can hand in a voting ballot? Well, the debate is nothing new when it comes to voting talk. And on the TV show Fox and Friends, Ann Coulter and Nomiki Konst went head-to-head arguing both sides. Now, Coulter says there should be some sort of test to make it more difficult to vote, saying there's nothing unconstitutional about literacy tests. On the other hand, Konst argues that voter turnout is already pretty low and the country can't afford to block people from voting. Ask your Google Plusers what you think about it. Should U.S. citizens have to pass a test to vote? Starting off first with Steve out of Sparks. Steve, what do you think? If you like the test too, what would you like on that test?
Definitely, I think that, yes, there should be some education, even a test to be passed before a person could vote. We make it too easy. I mean, it's always been Democrat, Republican. If you don't know who to vote for and you're a Republican, just vote for a Republican guy, whether he's any good or not. Personally, anybody, I don't know. I don't care if they're women, black, pink or purple. I don't care what the person is. I want somebody that's going to lead the country, and knowing the politician and what they're standing for and what they're going for is who I'm going to vote for. And I've had people that come up and tell me, says, "Oh yeah, I voted for that person because they were cute." You know, it's like, what? You know, this kind of thing. So yes, a literacy test about civics, you know, I think that would be important, and it's basically the issues that are at hand, who's going to be the leader, and I don't care what race they are or what their makeup is or where they come from. There are a lot of cultural issues that would come in. It gets really involved.
All right, Glenn, what do you think about it?
I want to say yes, but I'm going to say no. And we've talked about this before in a sense. I want to say yes because, you know, it is a responsibility. Voting is an important responsibility. And I know people who show up and guess. If you don't even know who's running for mayor, why are you there? Do everybody a favor, stay home. But as soon as you open the door to a test, you know how our politicians work, and you know what kind of questions they're going to start putting in there. And then after a while, we're going to have a big fight about what the questions are. So I would rather just teach people to be responsible rather than making people take a test because, well, just take a look at the IRS tax forms. That's so out of control right now. Imagine what the test will become.
Yeah, forget about a test. I need a class before I do my the tax forms because they're so difficult. Maybe that's another thing. Maybe we should give classes instead of giving tests. That'd be interesting. Tony, what do we have on Facebook? Tony, can you hear me? All right, we'll get in with Tony. You can go ahead and check it out online, all the comments on our Facebook page. Got a few people chit-chatting about this one there. We would love to know what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook page. That's where the conversation continues. And, of course, you can always be live on air with us. All you have to do, have a Google Plus account, circle me, Melissa Carlson, let me know that you're interested. That's a look at what's trending. Sam, over to you.
Melissa, thank you. Well, still to come, we sat down with comedian Jesse Joyce. We'll talk to him about his shows, not only in Carson City, but also Reno this upcoming weekend. Brandon?
All right, Samantha, your current temperature in the Reno-Sparks area at 43 degrees. We have a great-looking forecast today. Then some changes for next week. We'll talk about it next.
Okay, everybody.
All right, we will see you next week. Have a good weekend.
Right? Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Apparently, it's still snowing south of me, and I'll have to drive into it. That's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out and ride my bike in the sunshine.
That's
and
a good
really
idea.
agree with it.
That's a real good idea. All right. See you Monday.
Later.